matched up against the San Diego Padres.
Yeah, you took a look at the top four. Fernando Tatis Jr., he's eligible April.
This league baseball, and the fans here at Peoria are certainly for some familiar faces. Yu Darvish, who had 16 wins
For the season, Cactus League play for the San Diego Padres base with Julio Rodriguez, Rookie of the Year last year in the American League. Former
Fordham University's own, as the big right-hander Bob Scallon mentioned.
Isaiah Zokar in center, and Brandon Dixon, newcomer at shortstop, with Sung Kim at second base. Champion Xander Bogaerts, and for the first time out of a.
Hello, Donnie.
Thanks very much, Mudley. Here we go, 2023, and the first pitch is about all the new players. How about the new rules? Things are going to happen.
Keep an eye on it. See how guys adjust to pitchers and hitters alike.
Here we go. Gotta go. Fouled off.
You know, good enough to make that adjustment. And some guys might feel, you know what?
8 seconds.
Swing
and a miss, and he's
jumped righty on lefty, throwing like a fastball way out in front of it. And that
really here last year in Peoria, and Julio Rodriguez. So the Mariners, they get back to the postseason for the first time in a real.
Starved for the postseason. That's a story within itself. And not been to the playoffs a long time, but they've got the makings, Don, of a very, very good ball club.
1-2 is grounded through the left side into left field. A base hit for Rodriguez.
Year. Talk about that power. Yeah,
basis. He's no longer playing third base. He's become the Mariners' first baseman.
Donnie?
Absolutely.
We saw him as a Padre, of course, San Diego State.
Popped up foul off to the. And stretching it out, getting ready for the WBC. Swing and a miss.
Matter.
Comers to the Mariners. That's blocked by Campusano. Looking like they are the two, and it looks like Campusano is going to get roll foul outside of third.
So important of adjustments this year.
Up and in, and that got him.
Wanted it in, he got it in. He'd rather miss there.
Injuries are part of that as well. He's a ground ball down to third base. Machado will go to second for the force out that wraps up. And Isaiah Zokar in center field.
Signed with the Mariners as a free agent back in 2021.
Fly ball center field. Back is Rodriguez battling the sun, but
back in 2021.
Sure, he was in the catcher's box in enough time. He's got to be there with violations. That was a violation. A ball was awarded at a certain time, and the catcher's got to be in the catcher's box at a certain time. Line into left field off the bat.
It's a game of adjustments. The earlier you get on it.
Now one on, and the 2-2 is on the ground up the middle into center field. Machado is heading. For me, it's you see Juan Soto going back for the Padres. That was ball 4. No. Sung Kim and one out. Ground ball to third. Suarez, the second one on to first. Kind of
are empty. When there's runners on, that gets extended.
Trended to a length that is not great.
That were high scoring, 13-10, whatever. 2 hours, 37 minutes.
Perfect.
Right? Fraction in spring training, not that bad of a deal because.
Again, he's like, wait a minute, I can't get off. I got to go. Got to go.
I've done this earlier in my career.
Swing and a miss, and it's back-to-back strike. In the rhythm now, you can.
Right.
He's in it now.
Because the clock was still winding down.
Across Major League Baseball. Taking it the other way, and that'll drop in for a base hit for J.P. Crawford.
As far as rules this season, but the
no team has a very good.
He runs on second base.
Driven to right center field. Dixon is over, and that's going to be a gapper. Crawford's going to try and score. Here comes the throw, and he's going to be very. Dixon in the limit.
At bats, more playing time for certain players.
To short, and J.P. Crawford handles
some extreme things with maybe left field or right field left completely open.
I do. I think as this one is into right field, and that is out. As it can cover that kind of ground, it'll be interesting to see which biggest thing for me, and just fewer strikeouts. I mean,
played letting everybody here know about it.
Jake Peavy like.
Yeah.
The off pitch. And a swing and a miss.
Nick, great to see you back in the starting rotation as we talked about, but how excited just in general are you about this ball club this year? I mean, you mentioned it. Championship is on the horizon. Make that decision, and then how you ended up getting the opportunity after that.
Yeah. Ball in any way, shape, or form.
Softly rolled as Bogarts off balance and in time last year, and Bob is kind enough to join us from the dugout.
There's some of the younger players as well.
I want to ask you about that because
But again, so that might be a little bit difficult.
Bob, one of
That really were, key for us, or whatever. Those questions would already be there. Peter's been pretty good about, keeping the guy here. He goes 2 for 2.
these guys going to get as we take a look at Manny's knock on this hang.
Last year needed him in right. He wants to do whatever he can to help, whether it's relations with players. So I think it's mostly a DH set as well.
Cruz without seeing a pitch in the hole, 0-1.
violation. To left and in for a base hit off the bat of Hernandez for the Mariners.
Well, Ryan Weathers was the second base, but if he's out, he's out.
Fly ball down the right field line. Brandon Dixon, a long run, not going to get there. It's a fair ball. And that
Kind of jump he had off this.
Kelnick. Liner to right at Dixon, who's there to make the count. The catcher for the Mariners struck out. Swing and a miss.
7 with the off speed.
He threw 123 innings. Down left field line, Soto running on a slant will drop the baseball.
Take another look. That's a good old-fashioned boot because that was.
Now Ford takes over for long and drives this car back, and that is going to be off the wall in center field. One run is in. Here comes
the diamond. Zokar playing.
Swing and a miss. A new addition.
Yeah.
Popped up right around the mound area, and Baroa will make. Driven to left field, sending over Kelnick back towards the corner, and he'll make the catch.
Remember, Don, you got to deal with that high sky as well.
It is. Hawks giving up only 1 hit. And a pop up this time, left side of the Mariners infield. J.P. Crawford will stagger, will make the catch.
They opt out of the contract. All that being said, that can create an unfinished business. Now, going in the previous year, it seemed like you guys had a bad taste in your mouth of what was going on. Last year, you get to the NLC. Your GM, Nelson Cruz.
I got my GM player. You got the GM player here. He's out here.
4th inning for the Mariners. Difference. Pops it up, back at third, shallow left. And in
Terms, Castillo with the Rays.
Zokar struck out his first time up and finds himself striking out hitting. Ground ball, base hit into left center field. He's got a hit. First at bat.
Side. Let's check it out. Looked like it was off.
On the ground to shortstop. Caballero goes to second.
With El Paso last year in a very nice 3. Todd Frazier.
On the ground to third, picked there by Batten, who spins and fires to first. For out number 1 as we check back in with Bob's
Collisions like that, right?
Yep. To left field, and that's going to get down back to the track and the wall.
Lefty on lefty. Boy, this pitch is collisions at first base because.
Fly ball to right field. David Dahl is taken over in right for the Padres, and he'll make.
I think guys are going to
down. 2-2 is chopped. High hop at second base. And that will end the inning.
Got to go.
Too bad. On twice. First pitch swing. Fly ball to right for out number 1. Out his 3rd plate appearance of the day. Fly ball center field. Julio Rodriguez was out there earlier. 17 and 18. It's a ground ball right side. Pokovich to first in time to end the inning. A 1-2-3. And the 2 pitches deep into his Padres. It sounded different, by the way. That is strike 3. The wording has changed.
Brings up to the big leagues. Well, Donnie, what is it? It's an 18.
To right center field, and that's going to get in for a base hit from a Liberato. 8 seasons here coming to. Again, part of the Hosmer deal.
Yeah.
Shiner strikes out. Second strike is Sunday. The Diamondbacks at 12 p.m. Drop down that time and a grounder to third base for the first out here on the. You steal my Padres roster? Pop up left side. Larson coming in and going out. Rounds 1-2 first. Shiner will tag the bag, and that'll wrap up the 7th inning. The pop up. We have bobbleheads. Down from first base. Ravello takes over, makes the catch for out number 1. Wings.
Hey, tell you something, T.
Shot to first base. Again, Ravello tags the bag, 2 down. Ground ball to shortstop. There is Merrill. And a 1-2-3 8th inning for Contreras. We go to the bottom. Comes pitcher to swing and a miss, and that time officially strikes out. Foul tipped. There's a soft liner to center field. That's in for a base hit. And Teen will get it back. Line to left, and that is going to get in. Go back towards the track and the wall. Merrill racing around. He will score with a head first. 67 total games for Nashville as the ground ball right side. Polkovich to first base.
And the third baseman playing off the bag. If there's a ball in the dirt that just gets away, he will score easily.
Tucker will last year. Up the middle and diving, knocking it down.
Times it perfectly. Utilize those 3 disengagements, right?
Off the mound, good pick by Wiseman. He throws to first for the out that'll end.
These are the kind of guys you root for.
But gets it down by the mound. Tricky play, but the force out at second base. Struck out swinging in the 7th inning. And lifts a fly ball to center field. Liberato coming in and over to make the catch for out number 2. Runner goes, and a pitch called to strike. Throw down to second base will be late. Stolen base. Inside out swing and a pop up. Shallow left. Merrill going out there to make the catch. It will. Fly ball left field. Larson glasses on will make the catch for the first out of the inning. First base.
Will the runners get a bigger lead as